TV. And now it's time for this afternoon's session of Children's GBC with George Buxton, as he gets to present some programmes today. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Children's GBC on a fine Tuesday afternoon. So that you know that I'm back at George Bryn's house this time for a Tuesday this time. Yeah, so it's going to be a long while. So, yeah, that's fine. Now, anyways, the first programme to begin with is James the Cat. And in today's episode, James and his friends are at the seaside today. Oh, yeah, and as for Mrs. Lavender, she's never seen the sea before. Pfft, what a country bumpkin she was. Anyways, here's James the Cat anyway.
My name's James, James the Cat. I've had fame, money and all that. Now I'm here, growing fat, chasing birds and butterflies, James the Cat.
There was an air of mystery in the garden of the corner house.
Strike me purple, James. You do tell such whoppers.
Was James the Cat. Well, I'm so glad that they enjoyed the seaside. Well, despite the fact that James got wet by a seaside. Honestly, James the Cat is such a baby sometimes. Who's scared of us just a little water? Because I know sometimes cats hates water. And of course, even this Lavender gave a right bump on her head. That's telling porkies. Anyway, so moving on from James the Cat and moving on to Playdays now. And in today's episode, from a 10 stop, this story is called Mrs. Apple's Pies. But I reckon it must be something to do with apple pies, no doubt. Anyway, so you'll find out in this episode anyway.
It's the play bus! But where does it go? Where does it stop? Watch for the sign of the lollipop. It's the 10th stop.
Hello and welcome to the play tent.
Hello.
We're all getting ready for the story later on. And down here I've got some clues. Time for us to go, but we'll be back with another story next week. Bye!
Bye-bye! Bye-bye. Except for me, that's one.
Was Playdays. Well, mind you, Mrs. Apple's pies was suddenly quite delicious there. Yeah, because otherwise, without a Mrs. Apple's, we wouldn't have had apple pie if it wasn't today. But the next programme now is a good old classic from Series 2, and as well as from the first, it's Postman Pat. And in today's episode, it's called The Suit of Armour. And I reckon that someone will be wearing a suit of armour for sure. And I think you can guess who in this episode today.
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. Early in the morning, just as day is dawning, he picks up all the post bags in his van. Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat. All the birds are singing, and the day is just beginning. Pat feels he's a really happy man. Everybody knows his bright red van. All his friends will smile as he waves to greet them. Maybe you can never be sure there'll be knock.
Yes, well, time for tea, eh, what?
Postman Pat, Postman Pat, Postman Pat, and his black and white cat.
Was Postman Pat. Well, mind you, so it turns out that Ted Glenn was probably stuck in a suit of armour at that time, only because he couldn't get out. And as Strawberry and I had mentioned, it was quite funny. And I bet you enjoyed the laugh as well, didn't you? Well, if you did, then that's good. Right, anyways, moving on from Postman Pat, the calmer side of Greendale, and moving on to Pontypandy, which is Fireman Sam. Oh, and it's from Series 5 again. And this time it's called Fields of Fire. Enjoy the episode there, folks.
When he hears that fire alarm, Sam is always cool and calm. If you're stuck, give him a shout. He'll be... So move aside, make way. Fireman Sam, 'cause he's gonna save the day. Fireman Sam, 'cause he's brave to the core. Sam is the hero next door.
And that was Fireman Sam. Well, mind you, I know that sometimes the fields of fire can be a bit dangerous. It's mainly with sometimes haystacks of all sorts, you know. But anyways, that's Fireman Sam. Now moving on to the next one now, and it's going to be Paddington Bakes a Cake. Now, because obviously Paddy was only doing his best to bake a cake, you see, it's Mr. Curry's birthday today. Oh my god, even Mr. Curry hates bears, you know. But anyways, here's the episode of Paddington Bear right now. Paddington Bear. Well, mind you, I'm so glad that Paddington has enjoyed making a cake. Well, despite a few things going a bit wrong there, because sometimes I think it was the bread, the baking powder that just goes mainly either the bicarbonate of soda that rises up, like bread, for example. So that's Paddington Bear. So the next one now is another double bill, but it's not James the Cat or the Shoe People this time. We actually have Bananas in Pyjamas, and we're so glad to have them again. So here is our first one to begin with, and it's butterflies. Yeah, oh, and I think that's something to do with not with real insects. I think it's something to do with when Morgan has got butterflies in his stomach, because he just wants to practice over his own lines. But he's very nervous. So can the bananas save the day? Let's find out.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas in pajamas are coming down in pairs. Bananas in pajamas are chasing teddy bears. 'Cause on Tuesdays they all try to catch them unawares.
The Teddies were rehearsing a play. Amy was Little Red Riding Hood.
Let's read out
I couldn't have done it without you. I loved it too. It was very funny. That's when Little Red Riding Hood.
Right, so that was Bananas in Pyjamas. So the next one in our double bill is Animal Hospital. That's something to do with meeting with all the creatures. Well, so can the bananas cure them? Let's find out.
Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas in pajamas are coming down in pairs. Bananas in pajamas are chasing teddy bears. 'Cause on Tuesdays they all try to catch them unawares.
One day Morgan heard a strange noise.
Oh, what? Oh, Tolstoy.
And that was Bananas in Pyjamas, and that was our double bill of it too. So obviously that they enjoyed them doing all sorts of things. So moving on from Bananas in Pyjamas to the last programme this time today, it's Gumdrop. And in today's episode, now it's called Gumdrop and the Elephant. And it must, well, let's just say it must be coming from a circus, or sometimes from a zoo, from Mr. Bumby Silver. Let's just say. So anyways, here's Gumdrop anyway, with Mr. Oldcastle.
Mr. Josiah Oldcastle was driving Gumdrop, his trusty vintage car, away, and the elephants trumpet back.
And that was Gumdrop and the Elephant. Yeah, I didn't realise that Mr. Bumby Silver was being a bit of a bully, because he wants the elephant back. But Mr. Oldcastle wasn't having any of it, so he decided to take it away. Well, only because what he didn't know, that an elephant was so big, I don't even know if he could fit it in a car. Well, although mainly it's just in a truck or pickup truck or a cage is fine. But anyway, that's Gumdrop. So that's pretty much about it for this afternoon on Children's GBC, and I'll be back again on Friday morning, and as well as the other days as well. So make sure you don't miss it. Bye everyone. See you on Wednesday. See you in a couple of days though. Bye. You're watching GTV, and now it's time to head on down to Classic Trace now, as we get to take a look at Express. And you know what they say, all aboard for the Express.
Enginemanship.
This is GTV. Now, as you probably heard about 2 months ago, when Blue the Fortune, or Jacko, has sadly retired from being on YouTube again, because I think he's had a bit of trouble in his real life. So I don't think we want to go into details. Now, seeing as that Blue the Fortune has now retired from being on YouTube, here is the first ever episode of The Bernie Show. And I'd like to point out that this show may contain strong language, which some viewers may find it offensive. And if Jacko the Fortune is watching this right now, well, this is for you, mate. And this is just to say, have a good retirement, old friend.
Here's the star, it's the Bernie Show. What to do? All of the Arthur Bernie gang. They are the one who causes chaos. They all make furniture every day. Well, there's Bernie Yo Boy, Punch 2D, Puxy, Mario, to Sarkhead and the Policeman. Did you miss that? Bernie Yo Boy, Punch 2D, Policeman, Puxy, Mario and the Sarkhead. Hey folks, guess what time it is? I don't know why I never joined to the party. Well, I think I'm gonna go home then.
And that episode of The Bernie Show was a tribute to Jacket of Fortune, who have retired from YouTube. This is GTV, and just a reminder for Children's GBC that Tom and Jerry Kids will be here on Thursday, as this is a tribute to Jacket of Fortune, who has sadly retired from YouTube. So now it's time for Neighbours.